welcome back, and welcome back. Today we're going to make some Gullah stew. We're going to use some chicken broth, black pepper, some Mrs. Dash, some garlic salt. We're going to also use some thyme. That is a cup of yellow onions, half a cup of flour. That's about, I would say, about 4 tablespoons of garlic. We're going to use these frozen sweet peas and corn. We're going to use butter. I've got 4 chicken thighs here, and that's going to be skin and bone on. And I've got some chicken legs here. This is what we're getting ready to do. Let's get cooking. The first thing we're going to do is go ahead and get that butter melted, okay? So as soon as that finishes melting in about 30 seconds, I'll be back. Okay, that's melted pretty good enough for me. Pretty good enough. That's what I said. And I'm going to go ahead and put in a couple of tablespoons of olive oil in that. Okay? And then we're going to add that chicken. Hold on. Alright, we're going to get that chicken in there. It really doesn't matter whether it's skinned down or not, but I am going to go ahead and get mine skinned down. And what we're going to do is we're going to give this chicken, I would say, about 10 minutes each side. Because the chicken is still going to cook some more, even after we do this. Alright? So we're going to cook it 10 minutes each side. We want to brown it up a little bit. Get the cooking process done, and I'm going to do this in batches. I'm going to do the legs as well as the thighs. All right, I'll be back in 10 minutes. All right, we're going to go ahead and flip that chicken. Doesn't matter if it sticks a little bit, because all that is going to become a part of the party eventually. Just going to cook it a little bit. It's been 10 minutes. You can absolutely cook it a little longer to get it a little browner, but that works just fine for me. Alright, 10 more minutes. I'll be back. Okay, I did decide with the second batch, I'm going to go ahead and put flour on the chicken itself. And you know how to do that. There we go. Just put a little flour on that chicken. And then when I fry it up, that's what I'm going to do. I have that dredging already on there. Probably should have did the first time, but I didn't. And that's all I'm going to do. This is a delicious recipe. You will love it if you try it once. Yes, you will. And there we go. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this out of the skillet, and then we'll put this in. 1 second, I'll be back. All right, there we go. We've got that chicken in there. And if I didn't mention, we're cooking this on medium heat, okay? So we're going to let this go for 10 minutes. On both sides, just like we did on the other one. But I'm going to let you see what it looks like with flour and without flour. Alright, I'll be back. As you can see, I flipped it over. Yes, it gets a little sticky, and that's because I'm using butter. If I just use straight up oil, it wouldn't stick so much. But there we go. But I want the butter flavor through and through, which is actually a personal preference. You can do the oil. It works just fine, but I've told you how I feel about taking the oil out, having to start all over again. You want to use a healthy oil when cooking, especially when you're not going to take it out. So we're going to let this go for 10 minutes. Then we're going to take it out, and then we're going to do something different. I'll be back. Alright, this is what our chicken looks like. You see the difference in using the flour, and then there's the thigh right there, and not using the flour. Alright, it really doesn't matter. The flavors are still going to be there. Alright, let's go to the next step. Now to that yummy we got in the bottom of that pan, we're going to go ahead and go in with that onion. Yes, we are. We're going to need to cook for a couple of minutes. And we're going to put that garlic in with it. Let it saute up. We're going to start building those flavors up. You hear me? That's exactly what we're going to start doing. Go in with that garlic. Because like I said, we're only going to do this for a couple of minutes. We're going to go ahead and go in with some seasonings in this. I'm going to put in a tablespoon of that garlic salt. Put in a tablespoon of Mrs. Dash. Tablespoon of that black pepper. And then we're going to go in with that thyme. And I'm going to put in a good tablespoon and a half of that. Alright? And we're going to let this go for exactly 1 minute. Alright? And I'll be right back. All right, now that it's been a minute, we're going in with that chicken broth. Chicken broth, chicken stock, whichever one you have will work just fine. We're going to go in with that whole quart. Yes, we are. And if you want a little bit more broth, feel free to add a little bit more. You can add another carton to this if you want to. You can add some water to this if you want more broth. It's completely up to you. So I'm going to let this go for about 10 minutes. And then I'll be right back. All right, at this point, we're going to go ahead and put that chicken back in. We're going to put every piece of that chicken in there. And again, like I tell you before, you know, as far as seasoning to your taste and your likings, please feel free to do that. And like I said, if it's not enough juice in here, add another carton of chicken broth. All right? Because this is a soup. Okay? And this is absolutely delicious. And we're going to let this cook 30 minutes with the lid on. We're going to make sure that chicken gets good and done. We're going to put that juice on in there. Don't want to miss out on any of that flavor. And that's what we're getting ready to do. I'm going to put the lid on. I'm going to let this cook on a medium heat, which is going to be like a boil action going on. And I'll be back in 30 minutes. Lid on. All right, this is what 30 minutes look like. We're going to go in with those peas and carrots. We're going to give it a nice little zhuzh. This is so good. Meat's going to fall right off those bones, let me tell you. And we've got our delicious Gullah chicken soup. Look at that. Look how yummy that chicken looks. I'm telling you. So I'm going to give it another 5 minutes. And then soup will be ready. I'll be back. And there is our Gullah chicken stew. Things made easy with Gigi. All day, every day. Look at that juice. I just put it over a bed of rice. And we've got a complete meal. Absolutely delicious. Please like, subscribe, and feel free to share. Everybody be blessed and stay safe. You'll see Gigi next time. Take care, you guys.